Welcome back to our weekly series here at GloveBox called The Customer Lens, where we're evaluating different insurance agency websites from all across the country and asking the question, if I'm an insurance agent coming to this website for the very first time and I need to get something done, how do I do it? Here in this video, Sean Mulhern and myself sit down and we evaluate Blue Ridge Risk Partners. They have locations all across the country. We hit their website and we just wanted to take a look and see how they were doing it. Have a look.
So first impressions, it looks like a nice site. They've spent some time to go, hey, I want my clients to see who we are. We're professional. They're putting client success stories on here. This is great. You get a good feel. You can feel like you're in good hands, at least from the aesthetic here. Step one. But step two now is, all right, I'm a policyholder or a prospect. Let's see what we can do.
Should we click on this make a payment, or do we want to go somewhere else more specific, more general?
Make a payment is one of the most common service interactions for independent agencies. Most common and honestly one of the most difficult because you've got direct carrier payments and you've got agency bill payments. So they got the link up there to pay a bill. So let's see what we can do with it. If you received an invoice.
Yeah, this looks like a link directly to ePay policy. Let's see if I'm right. And that looks like ePay policy.
Okay. One thing I know right here, again, is you're going to need to put in some details. You're going to probably need to put your policy number in somewhere right here, to be able to identify what you're doing. So again, to make this work, the person has to have the invoice in their email. Then they have to get to the webpage and then click this button. But ePay is a great tool for agency bill. They've made it front and center. I think there's some ways that you can make this a little bit easier, to deliver the client the information they need. But at least they've got this here. What I'm curious about, Nick, though, is if it's not agency bill where I don't need to go pay my ePay. Let's go back and see.
This is that's a great call out because it's, obviously if you received an invoice statement directly from the agency, which would dictate that this is agency bill. But what if it's direct bill and it's not on EFT?
Yeah, so we see, if I'm going, hey, I just got to pay my auto policy. Looks like we've got the contact us right here. Let's maybe go look at the top, their resource center.
File a claim,
risk management. Maybe there's something hidden under the about. Okay. I don't know enough about Blue Ridge. Maybe they're 100% commercial, 100% agency bill. My gut tells me they're not. Because they've got auto insurance. You just showed it right there. They've got umbrella, renters, home, so they definitely have policyholders that are going to be on direct bill. And so it does not appear that there's a good option here. Maybe right here, what they've done is they've got these different locations. I know Blue Ridge is large. They've got locations all over. Maybe they're going to try to direct you to a location. It doesn't really look like it. They've got a basic service form, so what I feel right here, if I'm a consumer, I've got an auto policy with a direct bill carrier or home, and I need to go pay a bill. I'm now poking around. I've clicked the make a payment button. I'm very confused as to, do I just go put an amount in here? I didn't get a bill here. Ultimately, what I'm being led to is I need to call or email my agent back. I've got to fill out a basic form. We're back into kind of the same theme that we notice across a lot of this, is that from a consumer side of things, there's a lot of friction here. And then that translates to an agency to friction. They're now having to manage low-level service interactions, which bog their team down, doesn't create a great culture. Nobody wants to get licensed to then just go have to update someone's billing information or grab a document. And from the flip side, when a client's frustrated like this, why are we staying? The ease of doing business, ease of servicing is really important here, and there's some stuff that could be improved on here.
Yeah, and when you make your call to action, give us a call. That's largely what people are going to do. Mm-hmm. People are going to do whatever it is that you tell them to do. And so, one, there's 2 points here I think should be made is, there's this argument, how many options should I give people to accomplish something? I know that if I want to make an appointment with my doctor, they really only give me one option. I got to go online and do it. Mm-hmm. That's the way it is. And I don't get mad about it. I just say that's how I need to do it. And then make it very easy to understand and to go execute. Here, I think what a lot of insurance agents do, and we're just going to use this as an example here, is they say, if you want to get a hold of us, you can connect with us on LinkedIn. You can message us on Facebook. You can give us a call. You can fill out this form. You can email us. And this sort of fragmented way of communication, I mean, they're going to do it. When you add friction to it, it adds more complexity and less likely for people to adopt anything. And they're just going to go with whatever it is that they feel is easier. If they want to give you a call, they're going to give you a call. And because you told people to call you, you're going to get more phone calls. Instead of maybe if there was another way that I can engage with my customers or give them a way to service their policy or to make claims or payments or whatever the case might be, that might actually alleviate some issues there.
I think this is a big reframe. Is at face value, we're giving people options. We want to give people options. You want to let them, you want to be helpful. You want to say, hey, we could do it this way. We could do it that way. And I think if you reframe this to go, this is the one way. You come in this one way, and then here's how you're going to do everything. Oftentimes when you reduce the options, it makes it easier. Now you only have to train people on one thing. You go right here to do it. Case in point, the doctor. You go right here to do it. You know where to go do it. And then once you've done that, now you can actually walk the client through. Once they've taken the first step of walking in the store, let's say, now you can walk them to exactly where they need to go. Hey, I need to go pay a bill. It's actually agency bill, so you're going to come over here. But now you have the context. If you get someone coming into a single spot, you can really walk them through more efficiently, effectively, and get more done. And that just translates to client experience, client satisfaction, and again, translates back into your agency in terms of lower service volume, where you can just optimize your business.
How might GloveBox solve some of these issues?
That's the key right there. We eliminate the decisions. You remove the basic service forms. You remove the bill pays that are fragmented. And as we can see from the form right here, they can't actually be that intelligent. And we say, hey, let's get rid of all this and let's put one button right at the top, client login, client hub, we call it. Just like a bank, just like a credit card, just like almost anything you can think of. You're dealing with your cell phone, you're dealing with your internet, your energy bill, your water bill, whatever it is, you're going to go click log in. And once someone's logged in, you now have the context. Who is the person? What policies do they have? What actions are they going to need to take? Based on the action they need to take and the policy that it's related to, that's going to dictate, do I go to ePay? Do I go direct bill? Do I need to add a vehicle? And it's all sitting at the client's fingertips. And then now the forms can get intelligent. You can start populating information for the client. You can start allowing the client to fill in everything they would need to. So you reduce the back and forth of the email and phone call chain, which is really important, And one item to note, and I think this relates to marketing, tracking, and just running your business, is that we're on this page right now, and if we had a quote or a bill pay or something that we're doing, there's no capture of if the client's filling this form out, finishing filling the form, who did what. It's basically invisible. Clients could be coming here trying to do things, and then they could just be leaving. And I wonder how many agencies know how many people try to pay their bill or request a quote, ultimately can't get through it, and then pick up the phone and call or email.